Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Naruto Explained here, and today we're gonna be having a conversation about the future of Himawari Uzumaki. It's been a while since I've done the Future of series, and I wanted to talk about Himawari because as I went back and I rewatched Boruto episode 154, which as a bit of a reminder for me to go back and rewatch a Boruto episode, usually I watch the episode and then that's kind of really it, unless I go back and I watch the episodes for, say, like a video, like I'm working on a very long video essay about the Mitsuki desertion arc. Like, unless it's for something like that, I typically don't rewatch the episodes. But I went back and I rewatched this episode, and I slowly started to shift from my stance that Himawari should not be a ninja. I start to slowly shift from it because as I watched the episode for a second time, it really became clear to me just how much Himawari has developed off screen, and I would dare say Himawari has even more potential than Boruto. Now, I know that could probably piss some people off because, like, Boruto's already a freaking genius. Like, he's a prodigy, like he's a prodigy's prodigy. Like, Boruto's on some next level stuff, and yet at the same time, as I'm looking at Himawari, the more I look at this character, the more I'm starting to get the idea of, like, what if she actually went through ninja training? I think that in less than a year, she could probably catch up to Boruto. That's how much I've seen from Himawari that's made me kind of say this. Now, I know somebody's like, yo, you really riding on Himawari real hard here. So let me just kind of point out a few things. I'm not going to use the gag moment of, oh, Himawari was able to knock Naruto out. I think we all can accept that that's a gag moment. However, this is the thing, right? Like, we do know that she is very talented when it comes to Gentle Fist Taijutsu. We know that she knows some of it. Even though Himawari makes it a game, she knows how to use the Gentle Fist. We did see that in the Boruto anime on a couple occasions. If she ever learns to hone her skills, Himawari could turn around and be what we had in Dragon Ball, which is essentially everyone knew that Son Gohan had a lot of potential. He was one of those characters where from the very moment he was first introduced, Goku stated when he's bringing Gohan to Master Roshi's island for the first time, he says, like, yo, I sense an incredible power in my son, but Chi-Chi really won't let me train him, but I really feel like if I could just train him a little bit, I sense a great power within him. And basically Dragon Ball for like the next 200 chapters was basically a countdown waiting for Gohan to realize his potential. And I think that with Himawari, I think we're on that path there because we've seen Hinata kind of point out the fact that, okay, like, she's got one-shot ability. We also know that Hiashi is just licking at the chomps at the chance to be able to train Himawari to access the Hyuga clan bloodline that's inside of her, to be able to fully take on all the traits and abilities that comes from having the Byakugan. Because if you go back to, I believe it's episode 8 or episode 9 of the Boruto anime, the thing that he actually says to Naruto is, he says, like, look, if there's any more developments with Himawari, you need to bring her to the compound. She needs to begin her training. And in this latest episode, Boruto episode 154, the thing that we hear is that Hanabi says that so many people in the Hyuga clan have high expectations for Himawari and they want her to become a ninja. Now, this is the other thing, okay? I want to move on for a second. The other thing that happened in this episode that made me say teenage Himawari, and she's 2 years younger than Boruto, so I mean, this is a good time to be bringing this up. This is a time where she does have to come to a decision at some point. And what I will say is that if you just look at the episode, Himawari was able to activate the Byakugan consciously at will. So it lets you know that this is no longer a situation like it was with Shikaku where Himawari unlocked the Byakugan out of a desperate need. She's got control over it at this point. And imagine Boruto with a Byakugan. That's a good way to put it. Look at everything Boruto's able to do because he's undergone this training. Now, imagine if Boruto had the Byakugan in nearly 360-degree vision. With his intellect, Boruto could mess around and make some crazy stuff. When it comes to, say, a character like Himawari, what if you have a situation where she learns how to combine the rotation as well as the Rasengan? Because we know Boruto can do Rasengan as a projectile. What if you get a situation like that where Himawari is able to learn something like that, or she's able to infuse, say, like a lightning change in chakra nature or a fire change in chakra nature with her rotation? The possibilities for Himawari are absolutely endless. And when it comes to her as far as a future character, I think the other thing we have to take note of is the fact that when it comes to all these characters with Kara and everything, I think that with how powerful Boruto's growing in the manga, I'm not going to spoil it for anime onlys, but with how powerful Boruto's growing in the manga, and given all the circumstances that he has, the one thing we've seen in the manga is that Himawari is that one character that can reach out to him, and given the path that Boruto's going down on, the one thing that's going to be able to resonate with Boruto is strength, and I think that Himawari has to get stronger, because she could be potentially the person who's able to break Boruto from his curse. Now, all that being said though, I still think Himawari is going to be that character who's going to be groomed to take up the mantle of leader of the Hyuga clan. I think that that's ultimately what she's going to end up doing. It would give us an opportunity to see more of a serious side with Himawari, similar to what we saw in spurts in this latest Boruto episode. However, I want to know from you guys, how do you guys feel about the future of Himawari? Do you think it's bright? Do you think that maybe I'm reaching on that and that she's just going to be a civilian? Or do you think it's set in stone, she's going to become a ninja? But as always, guys, if you like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. Have an awesome day, guys.